Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Daily with Akeisha. I'm so red. I'm so red. I was way redder. I burned so much on Thursday. I went to my old apartment, Zoho, to hang out with a friend, and I sat on the upstairs deck for a very long time, like 2.5 hours without sunscreen. I was just simply stupid. Like, that's just me being stupid. And I'm peeling. It's gross, but we have aloe plants in our backyard area, so I've just been like peeling aloe plants out, and it's in a bowl in the fridge, so we can just lather up when we feel we need to soothe the burn and the itch. But yes, how is everyone doing? How are you? If you have been watching the past 56 episodes, I want to say a massive thank you. The views for however long you tune in for make me smile every day. I check. And it's not about the views for me, it's about sharing the everyday. A process, when people document the process, I don't really know how they do it. And I've tried doing it in different ways for me. And I've always shied away from the uncomfortable ups and downs. So the uncomfortable downs, put those in quotation parts because everything is happening for you, right? I am someone who really loves to speak joy and possibility and opportunity and question and change of perspective into people's lives. I think there's a lot of people out there that are severely addicted without knowing it, drama and trauma, and they love the cycle of it, and they love to see other people in it. It like self-validates their drama and trauma in their own life, so they feel good about it, instead of finding dreams, hopes, possibility, and question that's really pushing somebody out of the drama, trauma, and into something else different, which is very uncomfortable at times. And I'm trying to do that, and I get very uncomfortable at times. So I am trying to document this next year in a way that is hopeful. It's in the moment honesty. It's inspiring to my own self. It's like a reminder, like, even though shit's hitting the fan, like, these are things that can help you shift. These are questions, these are perspectives that can even help me in the moment, speaking them out, remind myself of what is possible and the tools in order to get there. So yesterday I had a moment where I kind of realized how not in some of my what makes me not really being in them and struggling to connect with them, and that was like my sensual side, and so sensuality, my sexual energy, that's not just sex. No, it's so much more than that. It's the energy of creation. It's the energy that projects give you. It's the energy when I get to work with people one-on-one. It's like creating something, flowing energy through my body. Sometimes, yeah, it's that happy, bubbly girl, and sometimes it's more of like a seduction, and it's not in a sexual sex, I want to have sex with you way. It's more of like a creative energy that comes with sensuality, comes with working with all the energies of creation. One of those is a sensual and sexual energy, and it's the way it is. It's moving from the root chakra. It's allowing it to all flow out, and that's really been unconnected for me for quite some time. And then moving to another country and going through all the stressors of that, it was kind of hitting me how I was asking the question, why am I sleeping so much? Why am I sleeping so much? And then I read something, and it was like a slap in the face. I'm like, oh, yeah, that can definitely lead to this. And, that is slight depression, quote unquote, when you start to sleep for no reason. And so we got up like really early today, 6:30. It's not super early, it's normal. Tons of people do it in the world. They get up earlier than I do. We got up at 6:30. We did our workout before we went out to Comisco's. We went to the beach. Oh my God, if you're ever in Puerto Vallarta, you need to go hang out at a couple beaches, and they're not the main beaches. So one of them is Comitos. You take a boat out, and it's like we paid 450 pesos. We got a deal on a boat, and there was like 25 of us that went out. And the waves are so calm. Like the beach during the day is so calm. It's not a huge wavy beach. You can kind of go down a little bit and you get a little bit more of a rougher, but it's a little bit more rocky, so you actually don't want to be there unless you're like on a surfboard. But then this beach where we went to Charlie's Bar was so beautiful, so nice. Just like the beach itself, the sand. We took a walk down the beach and it was like white sand, and there was this like kind of like low tide moment where the water was really shallow, but in front of it was all these rocks. So like the waves got broken up by the rocks, and I just sat there. And I definitely had to pee, so I just like kneeled down and peed in the water, but my hands were like this, holding up, like holding my shirt, or just like holding my hands together. And Clayton's like, "Are you praying?" I was like, "I'm saying my thanks to the universe and having gratitude for this moment, and yes, I am peeing." And then we went and did it, the same walk I did it with a couple of the girls I was with, and we're all like, "We have to pee." And I'm like, I know the spot. It's very tranquil. You're gonna sit down, you're gonna hold up your shirt, and you're gonna put your hands together, and you're gonna give thanks to the universe and pee at the same time. And we all did it. I think someone has a picture of it on their phone somewhere. It was a great time. It was so much fun. I haven't had a beach day since like a beach day since January, and so to just be pulled back into, oh, maybe I had a beach day. No, I've been on the water. Maybe I had a beach day in the beginning of February, but it was just so beautiful to chill the fuck out, to have a couple bevies, meet some new people, go in the water, not be in the water, enjoy the boat ride. We like got on the boat and I was like, I wonder if we're gonna see any whales. Like I would be so open to seeing whales or dolphins. I didn't see the whales, but everybody else in the boat saw the whales, or most of the people in the boat saw the whales. So you're welcome, I guess. So that was great. But one of these things I wanted to talk about today was just the interesting emotional ride we go on. Yesterday, I was down in the dumps, having a hard time, and then had a conversation, and then had a decent sleep. And today, it's just like a different day. And I woke up, and I said two things to myself when I was laying in bed. I'm like, be kindness. Like, what can I be today, and how can I be that's kind and of kindness? And then I asked myself, what can I be that is receiving? So how can I receive more today? So whether it was from the conversations I would have with people, whether it was from the ocean, the boat ride, the really good food I ate, the sun, just like anything I could receive, I was receiving. And it was really fun. And just like the future thoughts, the relaxing into the moment, understanding. I don't know if anyone watches Jason Etz on YouTube. He says some pretty mind-blowing things, but he talks about time recently, and he's been talking about it in a very different way than I've ever heard it. And he talks about it in a form of currency. And fun is part of building your wealth, and really taking time out of every single week to just go have fun. And it's such a concept that boggles my mind because that's not how I grew up. So I really am working these deep ingrained programming of you have to work until you're depleted to then be able to justify fun. And now that I'm an adult, I'm like, that's actual bullshit. You just need to go have fun as a being, because it's your right to go fun and play and explore this world and explore whatever you want, and to go experience whatever you want to go experience. And sometimes it costs a currency and exchange and energy, money, whatever. And sometimes it can literally just be sitting on your patio, giggling, anything. Go have fun. And Derry Douglas talks a lot in Access about relaxing and enjoying and going to just do what you want to do for fun that's not your work, and just play. He talks a lot about it, and how both of them are talking about it, and how it's directly correlated to like your wealth, your network, your life, your longevity, your everything. And so part of the reason why I moved out of Canada was have to cultivate more of a balance and to live in a place where I could do that. So yeah, it was just really, today was just a complete opposite of yesterday. I asked myself questions when I woke up, and it was interesting because a very long time ago I started asking myself, what would I like my day to be like? You know, I'm always asking myself questions when I wake up, but sometimes I fall out of it. I'm human, I do it. And then I'm reminded how powerful the questions are. And then I go back, I'm like looking at my desk, I've got questions written out on sticky notes everywhere. And Clayton's probably gonna come home tomorrow from the gym, and there's gonna be sticky notes reminding ourselves to be playful and kind and connecting and generous. Just things to remind us in our everyday, us in our partnership, us in our life. Just reminders. Bathroom's a great place to put these type of sticky notes. Where you get your coffee in the morning is a great place to put your sticky notes. So just getting back into question. And I'm going to leave today just reading. I'm going to flip to a random page. I'm reading Right Riches for You right now. It's a book written by Gary Douglas and Dane Here. I'm also reading Embodiment. These are really thin books. I'm just flying through them. And every so often you read something, you're like, mind blown. Destroy and create all these lies I've bought. Okay. Okay, actually gonna flip. Okay, we're gonna do this the right way. There we go. Okay. I'm gonna read you a book or read you a part of this book, just a little, like 2 paragraphs. And I'm on page 64. And when I was a kid, I had a really hard time reading out loud. I still do as an adult, so pardon me if I stumble on my words. But here we go. Be proud. People often believe that nothing they do has an effect on the world. If you have that point of view, you won't be able to change your financial situation or your life. You are refusing to be proud of everything you are, everything you do, and everything you have. And if you have no pride in what you are, then nothing you have or do is of any value. If you do artwork and you are not proud of your work, you will diminish it and pull it into the closet and put it in the closet. You wouldn't show other people what you've done, but you can't possibly be successful if you have never let anyone see your art. You have to be willing to let people see what you've done and let them have their own point of view about it. You have to have pride in what you do. If you don't, you'll never succeed at it. You will diminish what you're doing and make it worth nothing. It's not the pride goeth before a fall. It's that without pride you can't fall, but you also can't get anywhere. Okay, let me say that again. It's not the pride goeth before the fall. It's that without pride you can't fall, but you also can't get anywhere. What do you love to do? What do you love to do that you don't think you can get paid for? There's something that you have as a talent and ability that is easy for you, that you assume you can't possibly get paid for it. You think nobody would pay me to do that. It's so easy for me that everybody must be able to do it. You ignore and refuse the ability that will make you the most money. You have been taught that which is hard to achieve is valuable. So you discount anything that comes easy and natural to you. How many of us do that? Oh my God, it's my childhood upbringing. Years ago when I was in upholstery business, I noticed I had a talent for seeing colors clearly and remembering them exactly. I would be working with someone who had an oriental rug, and they would point to a color of the rug and say, I want a chair that color. Weeks or months later, I'd be in a factory store and I could see fabric the exact color the person wanted. I would call and ask them if they had found their chair yet and whether they would like me to buy them the fabric to upholster the chair. They would say, oh yes, please buy the fabric. I'd get the fabric and sell it to them for an exact amount I paid for. What ability did I have that I wasn't valuing? My ability to see what others could not. It came so easily to me, I never considered it might be something people would pay me to do. Have you asked yourself, what do I love to do that I assume no one would ever pay me for? You have to do what you love. What do you love to do most? You have no idea what it is because you discounted it years ago. Interesting. There's just like a tidbit of this book. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cheers everybody. Thanks for watching. Much gratitude to you, and I will see you for the Daily Diary episode of The Daily with Akeisha tomorrow. Okay, peace out everyone. Bye.